Hello and welcome to our playcast of Puzzle Quest. My name is Luke and I'm joined by Kyle tonight.
Hello everyone.
And Kyle, you've dabbled in Puzzle Quest but haven't played too much of it, is that right?
I picked it up for a good minute on the DS. Someone wanted to show it to me. I said, yep, that's Bejeweled, and I put it right back down.
Perfect. I've actually played a fair amount of it on the PSP. I think I bought it just about launch day when it came out.
Okay.
And, I think it was on sale on Xbox one time, so I got suckered into the double buy. Though I didn't play too much of it on there. Well, I guess a triple buy, because I just bought it actually just this Christmas when Steam was having their big sale. I spent like a whopping $150 on it or something.
Okay.
So this is my third copy of Puzzle Quest, technically. Never finished any of them, though I got nothing against the game. Really, it's just I haven't sunk that much time into it. So, that being said, I just started this right before we did this recording to kind of get through the beginning tutorial stuff. And I'm just going to jump into it right now. As you can see, I haven't really opened up any of the world.
Awesome.
There's a lot of world here, a lot of stuff to do, but it's pretty slow. And I think that's my biggest thing with this game. Probably the biggest reason why I haven't stuck to it too much is because there's a lot of clicking at a very slow pace.
Okay.
So we'll just play a little bit here. We can travel to these different spots. Obviously more branches, paths are going to open up all around here. It's a little bit funky how it moves, but that's alright.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but did you say you didn't have the DS version, did you?
I did not have the DS version.
Okay, I'm pretty sure the PSP version's map looks different from this as well. Am I right?
I remember it being about the same.
Okay,
I mean,
maybe
it's been 4 or 5 years now.
Maybe I'm just romanticizing it in my head as to how it looked. I was like, what the hell is this? This reminds me of one of the versions of Magic, the card game that they had on the PC, where you'd actually travel around and challenge people in a world map. And that was a few years ago. So, I mean, well, not that Puzzle Quest wasn't a few years ago. I mean, obviously we were still in school when this thing came out.
Yeah.
So,
Well, here it is. So, as you can see, I got a quest here. We're going to go ahead and... Well, I got a couple ones I can do. I don't know. Let's just pick this one. Why not? Giant rats, typical RPG stuff.
Yep.
Here's somewhere new. And basically the gist of this game, for people who don't know anything about it, we have a world map like this. We can walk around on it. Clicking on areas has actions. Pretty much every action is going to turn out to be a fight. And every fight is pretty much Bejeweled. So, lots of different stuff here on the screen. If we match skulls, we'll attack. We'll do that now. You can see it does some damage. Matching these colors gives you mana, which you can spend on these spells. Matching purple gives you experience. And matching gold gives you money. And that's kind of the gist of it.
Okay, so you and your enemies share the same pool of gems.
Yes.
Okay, here's what I don't like about this right off the bat. Not to start knocking this game right from the start. But the mere fact that you share gems leads me to believe, like, I'm the type of guy, when I'm playing match 3, I like to get 4 or 5.
Sure.
Like, getting it close together.
Sure.
Now, you might argue that that's part of the strategy, is to not necessarily get 4 and 5 clumped together, because your enemy could use that against you.
Yes.
But I personally don't think that's fair, that the AI could use that against me. Like, if I'm spending all that time to try and get 4 or 5 pieces together, and the enemy can do, like, the counterattack and just use my patience against me.
Yes. So what you basically don't like is that you can't set up yourself in this game. The enemy has to basically set you up.
Right.
Or you're stuck with something like this where you have nothing, and then say I match these, I've then set him up for this attack here.
Right.
That he didn't.
But he might come around to it. I don't know.
Yeah. I could definitely see that as a complaint, and I've definitely felt that a couple times, that it kind of sucks. You set something up, or you do something and like 3 skulls fall fresh out of the top that set up like a nice 5 lineup, and you can get really screwed. But I think more than anything, it comes down to the fact that these are randomly generated, and this whole battle is basically luck of the draw. I could lose this whole battle with no chance at all of winning it.
Okay.
Or I could absolutely destroy the enemy just if the pieces fall in the right way.
Right.
So, oh, see, there's luck right there, which I had none. So, I haven't played this, like I said, I haven't played this in a couple years. And
Whoa.
I've definitely had some memories coming back to it of what I liked and disliked about it. And definitely the luck is one thing, though. I'm okay with that. Like you said, it's the nature of the nature of the game. You go into it knowing that it's going to be kind of luck based. But it's just that map is so slow that I think that's the biggest thing that bugs me about it.
Okay.
There's not really any interaction in the game. It is Bejeweled. You're playing Bejeweled with some sort of life to your character.
I wonder if there's some sort of this is going to sound really weird, but if there's some sort of Mortal Kombat tournament ladder that you could work your way up rather than having a map to give you some sort of... Because it's not like a spatial thing. Like if you could say, okay, I'm going to fight a rat 3 times to level up, to move up, to fight a wolf, you know? Rather than saying, I'm going to this part of the map, I'm fighting a random rat, or I'm fighting a random wolf, or what have you. I wonder if that's something they could have done rather than making a map that really... I mean, is there a story?
There is a story.
Okay, never mind that.
So, I guess that's something we could touch on.
Okay.
There is a story, and there are some... I'm not paying too good of attention here. There are some... I don't want to call them cinematics, because they're basically still art with audio attached to them.
Okay.
Or just dialogue that pops up. Maybe we'll get one like after this is done. Well, we might be dead after this is done. I'm getting destroyed here. But the story is slow. I mean, it is... This game is an RPG, for sure. It takes slow story, it takes leveling up, there's some grinding here and there.
Jeez.
It definitely does it all as far as the RPG goes. I definitely lost interest in the story last time I was playing. Probably why I stopped playing. Because the gameplay is addictive. We all know Bejeweled is addictive.
Match 3. I mean, what can you do? What more can you do?
You can't go wrong matching 3 of anything. But some of these battles still at the same time, like this is taking a long time trying to defeat this rat. And if we lose, it's just going to take us longer because we're going to have to do it again, basically.
Start all, yeah.
So hopefully we'll get some level up. And I remember when I was playing before, I got stuck in a spot where I actually had to grind level.
Okay.
Which is definitely not fun like that. Oh, there we got defeated.
Oh, you got him. You got him.
No, that was us.
Ah.
We still get experience and stuff. I guess that's nice.
It was close. You almost had him.
Yeah.
You got him down to like 9 hit points.
Less than that, I think. Let's do something else. There's some bats out here. Let's just accept all these. Who cares? Like, this would be... I almost feel like this would be more fun if it was on my phone and I just played it in real tiny pieces. Because it's so slow and it's just clicking around and moving like this. Attack the bat.
Yeah, I can definitely see this as a better portable game than sitting down at my desktop and just saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to play some Puzzle Quest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, let's see, what else can we talk about here? I guess there's this addition of like spells is kind of cool. So you can see up here I'm building up from the different mana gems that I get. I'm building up some stored mana that I can spend on these spells. I don't actually know what most of these do offhand. A lot of them kind of cool. Like this one does half of the damage is equal to half of the green mana you have, which is kind of neat because then it's like I can use it when I have 7, but if I wait till I have 14, I'll do twice as much damage.
Right.
So that causes you to add some extra strategy in there. Probably would have helped against the rat. Took me down.
So do you select those spells beforehand and then match the skulls together in order to do them?
No, right when you select them is when they will...
When they happen. Okay.
They happen instantly. Let's see if we can... Let's build up to one here. What do we got? What is this? 50% damage to both players for 6 turns? I don't want to do that. Stun your enemy. Let's do that. Are we good for that? So there we go. We did damage and we stunned him, so now we got another turn right away.
Awesome. So now, when you level, you get to choose like new spells.
There's different perks you can choose. You can up your resistance in each of these categories, and I think that also there's a couple perks that make you get more mana out of matching these mana gems to kind of help you get to those faster if you're into using spells. And then there's the basic upgrade your attack, upgrade your health, upgrade your defense. Pretty typical stuff. There's shops you can buy. You can actually, like, I can equip shields and weapons that make me do more attack damage, give me more mana, all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
It's almost, yeah.
Well, that's kind of...
No, good.
Oh, I was going to say, that's kind of crazy that mana drain actually will take both of your mana completely away when there's no more moves.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. So you could essentially save up all your mana. So you always want to be attacking at some point. You want to have a nice rhythm of attacking. Yes. So on the flip side of me not liking the shared mana pool is that you want to constantly be attacking and not storing things because there might be a chance that you could hit no more moves and then lose all the stuff you've been storing.
Yeah, exactly. It's risk. It's always a risk.
Okay.
It's really, it's really a turn-based RPG. It's got a higher level of luck into it, I guess. I don't know. Hear me out here for a second. You played a good amount of Fallout, right?
Yes.
So, how would you... how do I word this? How do you feel about the comparison of the fact that every shot you take from a weapon in Fallout is a chance of luck, just like everything that spawns on the screen here is a chance of luck?
Yeah, that's fair, but I would also argue, not to go too far off on Fallout, that was also part of Fallout's problem was you're in first person and it's not a shooter.
Absolutely. That was my biggest grief with the game to start.
But, I can see that comparison. I think it fits better in this format than it did in Fallout. Again, not that Fallout's a bad game.
Well, obviously it's not.
But right. But I think in this format, that works much better than, shoehorning that RPG element into a match 3 game fits better than in a first-person shooter for me, especially when you give me a crosshair.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Yeah. I don't know, just a thought. Just throwing it out there while we're playing here. But these battles, man, these battles take forever. And this was, like I said, I got to a point in the game when I was playing before where I wasn't a high enough level. I think this is where I left off on the PSP one. I wasn't a high enough level to beat the story quest I had.
Okay.
I was out of other quests. So I was basically grinding to level up my character. But grinding consists of doing this for hours.
Weird.
And
now, did they improve this at all in the sequel?
I would love to know that. I actually haven't touched it at all.
Okay, that's fine.
I did see that it...
I assumed you did. I don't know.
I haven't. I haven't touched Galactics or the Puzzle Quest 2. Which I think 2 has been more regarded as being a good sequel than Galactics was. I don't actually know where Galactics fits into all this.
All right. Now, considering this is, in fact, a $10 game, and, it's a considerably older game, would you still recommend this to
I would
folks?
absolutely recommend it. And it's actually new to the $10 price tag. I believe it was $15 up until just a few months ago. Probably when the second one came out, it dropped. But there's a ton of content here. Like I said, if you just take it piece by piece, you don't get into it. Like when I put Fallout in or I put Fable in, I'm there to complete it. Like I want to know what happens. I want to get through the game. I want to progress my character.
Right.
If you put this in and play it like you're playing Bejeweled, but you also get a story and you also get character progression, I think you would be more than satisfied with this game.
Okay, I can see that having an audience there. People who might want a little more out of their match 3 game than just zoning out and matching 3 gems.
Yeah, exactly. Don't take it as an RPG that you're gonna power through, but take it as a match 3 game that you also get these RPG elements in, and I think you're in a much better place.
This definitely looks like it's still, while I'm watching this, it still looks like it's very much a handheld game for me, though. I can see myself, pulling out my phone and playing this right before a meeting gets started or something, playing a quick match. Well, not a quick match, because again, these matches are long, but, save state and, have a little bit of progress before a meeting starts while I'm waiting for a plane or...
Sure, and I think the DS version is actually probably the best one because you get the stylus to play with. PSP, you had to use the D-pad to move around between places. I got beat there? I can't beat anything. The PSP, you had the D-pad, though. You had to move around to do all the matches and stuff. Okay. Definitely was an annoyance, especially, I feel like I remember some of them being time-based. Maybe they changed that, where like you only had so much time to do a move, which was much harder to do on the PSP. Man, I feel like we should beat something before I stop this, but...
What's the likelihood of that?
I don't know. Okay, did you see...
Is there anything lower than a rat or a bat?
Maybe the skeleton. Nah, he's got almost as much health as I do still, too.
Well, like you said, it's almost luck. So I mean...
wherever stuff starts at, right?
Yep.
Though I think it's kind of a neat twist that, like, right now I know my next level comes at 600 experience, and I can see him at 599 here. Instead, I can actually look around here and say, oh, I want to level up this turn. There's enough experience for me to level up. So I can almost dictate when I level up more than a typical RPG where I'm just getting experience from the battles that I complete. It's based on the enemy. Now it's based on what priority I give the things I match. It's interesting. I don't know. Like I said, it's worth it if you like match 3 and you want something more to it. But I don't...
Now, do you see the AI becoming more aggressive and trying to get possibly a match 5 type deal, like later in the game? Like, if you can recall.
I'm trying to think.
Or is it mostly like you see a bunch of match 4s, really, then the AI trying to outsmart you and get a match 5?
I definitely remember some aggressive AI at some points.
Okay.
But I don't remember how much it leans towards, say, a match 5 rather than using like these special powers to do extra attacks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or like a power like they just use there. I don't know if you saw that. That one kind of sucks too. I remember having that where it turns a bunch of these skulls into +5, so they do a bunch more damage. But you spend your turn doing that, so you could essentially accidentally set up the AI to do a huge amount of damage if you're not careful.
Yeah. Huh.
Look, I'll just set that up. Man, I'm just asking for this. I got no luck here tonight. Another one.
Yeah, it's one of those things where there's a lot going on here, but I don't feel like I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this it has a lot of depth. And there's definitely a lot. I can see there's a steep learning curve, but again, it all boils down to match 3. So it has the complexities of an RPG, but the simplicity of a match 3 game. And I think that's why I was interested in looking at this again, especially since it has hit the $10 price point. So I'm becoming curious, but I might not get it on Steam. If I do get it, I think I would wait to get it on my phone.
Yeah.
Or on my DS. I might see how much the DS version is.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I don't actually know if it's on phones at all. It could be.
I don't
know if the DS one's dropped in price either. I think I paid $30 for the PSP version of it I had. But like I said, that was like launch day or launch week or something. I heard about it and ran out interested in the first ever puzzle RPG, so to say. Oh shoot. That sucks. You see that? I just did that by accident. I moved a wrong piece and instead of it just letting it go, I actually got penalized for it.
Jeez.
That's a bummer.
That would upset me. See? Gonna end on a bad note.
Yeah, really. I'm probably gonna lose this fight again.
Oh.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
Come on.
Here, let's do this. Can we stun him?
Come on.
Can I just do that again and kill him? What else do we got here?
Sure.
Damage equal half of your green mana. Let's do it. All right, it's a victory. Yeah.
Nicely
here
done.
we go. We got 4 skill points. Perfect. We get to see a level up, and then we can call this a day here.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm a fighter. I'm gonna just keep upping my life and my attack here. As you can see, I've jacked them way up.
Okay.
But
hey, you got to min max.
Yeah.
That's all RPGs are about. It's just maxing out what you can.
So that's just the game. As you go on, these places expand, you know, all over here. Enemies start spawning like in the middle of the paths. So say I have to get out here, I might end up attacking 3 enemies on the way, like encountering them. Bunch of story. It's definitely got some gorgeous graphics, really nice hand-drawn art. You can tell they put the effort into really making that look good. The story is slow. Reminds me of classic RPG, like, I don't know. I don't want to compare it to like Dungeons and Dragons, but it really gives me that old school. Like you could play this on a tabletop, aside from the match 3 complexities. But that's about it. That's about all I got to say. Unless you have some other comments.
No, I think it looks cool. You know, I'd probably be more interested in seeking it out on a portable device, or you know, I mean, it's Steam Play, so it's Mac and PC. So I could probably sneak this onto the computer at work and play it that way then. So,
I'm definitely glad to see it drop into the $10 price point. It's a lot of bang for your buck if you're willing to put the time and patience in.
Cool. So, yeah, thanks for showing this to me. I'm definitely interested in possibly picking this up.
Thanks for joining me. That's been Puzzle Quest, and everyone have a good night.